Hello friends, I would just try and explain to you about this Creek dispute between India and Pakistan. Now, the name Sir Creek is not named after any Britisher or any uh, British personnel of the British time India. The name has been derived from a Sindhi word Seer. Seer means Sanjhe ka or jointly owned by some people. So it is jointly owned by Pakistan and India. That's why it's Seer Creek, a creek which has been. I stand corrected. The spelling of creek is CREK. So, and this is also C here. So it is. Gradually it's come to be known as Sir Creek. It is Seer Creek, jointly owned by both the countries. Now, how did the dispute start? Basically, it's a 96 kilometer long inland waterway, and the water from the Arabian Sea has entered the land area and it is navigable. So, the dispute started somewhere in the year 1908. The Raja of Kutch, those used to be Rao Maharaj of Kutch, and the other side of the province of Sindh. So there was a dispute between the two. Accordingly, in 1914, the Bombay government resolution was signed by both the parties. Now this resolution was a little ambiguous in the sense that the para 9 of the resolution said that the eastern coast of the creek is the boundary. So Pakistan says, look, the easternmost coast of the Sir Creek is the boundary between India and Pakistan, and the entire Sir Creek belongs to Pakistan, and the eastern coast they called it as Green Line. However, the para 10 of that particular resolution says that the creek is navigable most of the year. Now, as per international law, there is something known as Thalweg principle, according to which any navigable water body, the midpoint or the center point of that particular water body is supposed to be the international boundary. So that's how the dispute initially started. But since those were the initial years, there was no direct conflict on the issue. However, let's go to the next slide. However, the basic contention of the dispute was the para 9 and para 10 of the Bombay government resolution. Now, what's Thalweg principle? The Thalweg principle of international law says that as per Thalweg principle, any navigable water body between two countries, the midstream is supposed to be the boundary. What is supposed to be the boundary? The midstream. Now you can see this is the Sir Creek area. And what's the problem here? India says that midstream, that's the red line you see here, is the boundary, whereas Pakistan says, look, the eastern coast, the green line depicted, is the boundary. So this dispute still continues and it is still not resolved. Let's go to the next slide. It's a further depiction of the same area only. Pak says the red line should be this, and India says the red line, that's the central point of the creek, should be the boundary, and Pakistan says the eastern coast should be the boundary. Going to the next slide. It's a slightly better depiction. 96 kilometer strip it is, and you can clearly see the red line and the green line. Red line being claimed by India and the green line being claimed by Pakistan. Let's go to the next slide. This is the chronology of dispute. As we are aware, the dispute started somewhere in 1908. In 1914, as we have discussed, the Bombay government resolution was passed, and there were disagreement on clause 9 and clause 10. The clause 9 said that the eastern coast is the boundary, whereas clause 10 said that the uh, channel is navigable, and anything which is navigable has to have the center point as its boundary. So India claims the center point of the creek as the boundary, whereas Pakistan says the entire channel or the creek is theirs and the easternmost coast is the boundary between India and Pakistan. So the dispute still continues. Now what happened was till 1954 there was open borders, free movement, and much angst was not there on the issue. But however, 1954 onwards, both the countries started adopting a little rigid stance on the border. In 1965, the Indo-Pak War occurred. Pakistan tried capturing the creek, but was repulsed by Indian troops. From 1965 to 68, these 3-4 years, both the countries vied with each other, competed with each other, providing historical evidence. Pakistan says, look, this is the historical evidence, this creek is ours. India says, look, this is the historical evidence, at this, the midpoint is the boundary. Now in 1969, with the intervention of the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, Prime Minister Harold Wilson, both the countries agreed to form a tribunal to resolve the issue, the judicial tribunal. Now since then, 12 rounds of talks and sittings of this tribunal consisting of both people from India and Pakistan have taken place, but it's totally been inconclusive. Nothing has come out of these tribunal talks. Now what next? In 1994, during the Kargil war, one of the Pakistan naval aircrafts, it was a reconnaissance aircraft known as Breguet Atlantique, was carrying out surveillance around the creek, and Indian MiG-27s flew and knocked down the aircraft. Pak went to International Court of Justice against India's action, but in vain, because it couldn't justify its reconnaissance, or the ICJ considered that India was not at fault. So this is the broad chronology of the dispute. Let's go to the next slide. Why is Sir Creek so important? Let's see. It is one of the largest fishing grounds of Asia. So the abundance of fish in this area is a source of income for the local people. And they say that it is very, very rich in hydrocarbons and shale gas. It's not yet been exploited because of the dispute, but when the dispute is resolved, the concerned country can exploit the hydrocarbon and shale reserves. And last but not least, the pride of the two nations is at stake. No country wants to give out even a single inch of land for obvious reasons, for its respect's sake and economic reasons too. So this was broadly Sir Creek dispute between India and Pakistan. Thank you and Jai Hind.